Hi everyone, Dr. Nemechek here. I want to go over very quickly what chronic inflammation does to your child. Chronic inflammation is when your blood cells are abnormally being activated on a continuous basis. An important thing is the autonomic nervous system starts to not work correctly. The autonomics control and regulate your entire body. But the things we see in particular are worsening blood pressure regulation. So the kids, and they'll have low pressure in the brain and not get enough, literally suboptimal oxygen in the brain. So they have focus, worsening attention. This is ADD. Fidgety, hyperactive, they could be tired, headaches, neck pain, anxiety, or aggression, trouble sleeping, their hunger and thirst can be elevated. And also what you'll see is the intestinal tract will slow down. So each segment of the intestinal tract has different symptoms. So in the stomach, it could be reflux, heartburn, nausea, causing problems. The small intestine, you get cramping or IBS, constipation in the colon. And if that gut slows down enough, you can trigger SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth. Now, on an emotional level, you can develop chronic depression and bipolar disorder without any triggers whatsoever. They just come out of thin air. Other things, joint muscle pain, fatigue, trouble regulating their temperature, they're too hot, too cold, the fingers are blue, things like that, sweating all the time, blood sugars can go up, thyroid starts going out of whack, a lot of bad problems. But fortunately, the Nemechek Protocol was designed to lower inflammation in adults and get the autonomic nervous system to recover, and it works in children. So all the kids need omega-3s from fish oil, they help lower inflammation, extra virgin olive oil that blocks inflammation from these high linoleic acids like corn and soybean oil. And the doses I use you can find in the dosing calculator at nemechekprotocol.com. We also need to control SIBO, or small intestine bacterial overgrowth. There's other videos on my channel about this. We use predominantly in the kids Inulin, which is a prebiotic fiber. They just stay on a little bit of that once a day. If that doesn't work, or if the kids are older, up like in the teens and older, you tend to need to use some rifaximin, which is a specialized antibiotic, very safe, doesn't damage the biome, doesn't get in the bloodstream, and all it can do is balance SIBO. In addition, I make sure everybody gets treated for what's called COVID enteropathy. This is a chronic inflammatory condition we believe now is going to be one of the major sources of driving long COVID. It seems like you have about a 25% chance of developing this per episode of COVID. It's a bad thing, and this inflammation can last at least 2 years. And so all we have to use, though, fortunately, is this over-the-counter amino acid called glutamine. Now, amino acids, there's 20 of them. That's what a protein is. You just can't eat more protein because when you heat it, the glutamine gets destroyed. So you got to take some extra, but you only have to take it twice a day for 6 weeks. Okay? And here's my dosing that I use. You give half of that dose in the morning, half in the evening, 6 weeks straight. Once a day won't work. And then on occasion, the kids need vagus nerve stimulation. We recommend our Vitality Smart Cable. This is the way the body naturally lowers inflammation. In the real little kids, they often don't need it. Again, more above 10, and once you get in the teens and ups, many of them do for full recovery. So that's all, just a quick overview of inflammation and what the protocol does to address that. Hit subscribe so you get more of our videos. You can go to nemechekprotocol.com. We've got our book that goes over all this stuff in detail. The ebook's only 99 cents. And so, and then we have some of the supplements if you're so interested. Other than that, everybody, take care of your children, take care of yourself, keep your inflammation down.